The Seahawks get back on the winning track with a game-winning 43-yard field goal by Jason Myers, his fifth of the game. So the Seahawks are now 6-3, and they claw their way to that much-needed win. After a stagnant first half, in which they scored just 3 field goals by Myers, of course, the Seahawks offense exploded for 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals in the second half, one of which was the game winner by Myers. So let's go to the video and hear what the players and Pete Carroll had to say.
Really impressive finish for us in this game. The basics of what happened is we turn the ball over one time, and we were +1 for the day, which we didn't take advantage of. But to not turn it over, we need to go in that direction. We've been screwing it up for the last few weeks. It was a tough game the whole time. These guys have been kind of on a roll, feeling pretty good about themselves, and for a good reason. They've been putting some games back to back. They were very confident and played that way. So for us to finish like we did, I thought it was really impressive to see our offense finish scoring the last 3 times we had the ball. Gino did a fantastic job of leading us down the field, and the guys Tyler and DK made the big plays in there with a couple of cool runs by the young guys. That was just a really impressive way to finish the game. Again, we saw Kenny Walker have a big factor that he played in the game with a huge catch and run, 67 yards, whatever. It was an enormous play that we needed to break out just to kind of get going. I thought there was a lot of things that felt normal for us. We played really hard in the fourth quarter, even though we couldn't get that last stop on defense. We did what we needed to do on offense and got the game on. They had 2 big plays in this game that are amazingly similar. They're almost the exact same scenario. What happened, and that was the difference in the game for them. And those are plays. I have not seen that happen once, let alone happen a couple times in the same scenario. But something we can certainly fix that doesn't have to happen again, and we can get that out of our football. Jason Myer had a great day today. Not just the 5 field goals, but the 5 field goals under pressure. He needed some pressure kicks today, and Chris Stoll and Mikey came through with him to function just perfectly to get the kicks done. And that's a great day for Jason. We're don't need him all the way down the stretch. This is a good game for his confidence, and just reminded us who he is. So a lot of cool things today, and Leonard has first sack as a Seahawk. That's fun. Moffitt continues going. I don't know what does he have a record going here or something like that?
7 straight.
7 straight. I don't know how the heck he can do that, but he's doing it, and I'm really proud of him. As we've talked about him so much during the season about his growth and really the transition from year 1 to year 2, it's obvious he's playing with the big boys now. He's up in there and having a chance to really put together a great season. He's already had a terrific season, so really fired up for him in that regard. I'm sure I forgot somebody to talk about here, but this was a big deal for us. The big deal after last week to come back and play good football and play hard. We came right back and played the way we've been playing the last 6 weeks, from start to finish, playing tough and hard. They haven't been all pretty wins all the way, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way we finished today and the attitude and their resolve about getting this win done, and that's going to help us right down the stretch. So we turn the corner. Here we go. That's perfect. The throws he had to come up with, the calls, the poise, the cadence, running the club, the whole thing. It was perfect. I thought he was just exactly what we would hope we could see. I'm sure he had great numbers today. He must have had terrific numbers, but more than that, he just came through. Just like we can. So our third downs weren't quite good enough, but we were close, and we got to keep working to get those done these days. But we're in the second half of the season, and to get a win here at home is just marvelous for our fans and for our players.
Jason's, I think, 16 of his last.
We know his way, how he handles stuff, and the competitor that he is, his habits, his mentality is just unwavering. And so as long as he's strong, and he makes me strong, and so I got all the commitment in the world to back him up. I think I said something a long time ago about that. He's the real deal, and he's a great kicker, and he showed you again today. So it doesn't mean everybody hits everything forever, and they go up and down, and they have a couple misses here and there, and then you fight your way back to who you are. And he's a fantastic player.
This league is definitely good to get a win. Last week it didn't turn out how we wanted to, but we were able to come out and do all the things that happened. We still had a win.
Gino's ability to
he's always very, very composed, regardless of what's going on in the game, regardless of what happens. He comes out and he's going to make the right read, make the right play, especially in crunch time you know, he did a really, really good job of making plays. DK did a really good job too. So to come back after last week and you know, be able to close the game out and put us in a chance to win speaks a lot about, you know, Gino did really well. We have moments where we need to clean things up. So we just gotta get better. I don't think it was anything that did new or anything like that. I think it's just us need to be disciplined and make sure we make the plays we need to make. Just the growth of those guys has been really, really fun to watch. Mafe, he gets a sack every week. It's really been cool. Not just the sacks, it's just the composure. You know, everybody, you know, keep talking about, you know, the record, talking about him being able to do those things, but he doesn't let that bother him. He just locks in and he does his job and he does it at a high level. You know, spoon to spoon, he's gonna make plays. You know, and he's gonna have bring that energy. You know, there's a lot of guys that we could talk about, but every week they're making more and more plays and it's helping our team.
All the same. Every kick, you know, first quarter, game winner, keep it all the same. That's kind of the best way that I've learned that I like to go about kicks, no matter what the situation is. So trying to keep it all the same was kind of my goal, my mindset. Bench from DK kind of felt like everything was kind of moving quick anyway, so I was like, you know, it's good for us. You know, Stoley got a good practice snap. You know, again, like that was his first NFL game-winning snap, which is, you know, goes unnoticed, but I think it was perfect, just like he's been all year. So happy for him, happy for the whole team.
I'm not gonna lie. On that 2-minute drive with the defense, I had to literally have Bobby scream in my ear what the play was because I couldn't hear anything. But you know, I love the energy, I love the atmosphere here, I love the team, and you know, it was a great first home game.
How'd it feel to get your first sack here, that first home game?
I mean, that felt awesome. You know, coming into this, you know, I feel like I obviously want to show the team what I got and stuff like that, and it was, you know, it felt great to get a sack for the first home game in front of the crowd, in front of my teammates and coaches and stuff like that, and you know, just hopefully it's the first man.
How much play Washington every week?
What's that?
So you don't play Washington every week? You see me getting stacks on.
I mean, you know, they were in our division when I was with the Giants, so I know them pretty well. I know their O-line pretty well. We studied them a lot. They also are a big passing team, so they kind of give us opportunities to rush the passer.
Bounce back win for you guys. How important was it to get back on the winning track?
Couldn't walk out of here without a dub, man. So it was very important.
And just in that, what was the practice week like leading up to this? And then how did you feel like you guys played overall?
I think the practice leading up to the week was it was clean. You know, we were flying around the ball and obviously trying to get our adjustments right, fixing any mistake we made from last week. So obviously we knew going into it they were going to try to attack us using some of the play calling that we gave up last week, and obviously they had some leaky yardage on a couple of things. I can speak for myself as far as the first touchdown. I should have made that play, that sack. We call those layups, and I missed the layup.
Were you almost 2-3 on that play?
Man, I was almost 2-free, boss. Honestly, just eyes was just so big, man, and like a kid in the candy store. And obviously, I didn't make the play like I wanted to, but we move on and we learn.
Kind of feel like the offense had you guys back today. You guys get the touchdown and they go down there and win it.
Yeah, they had our back, man. I'm just glad we ain't going overtime, man. You know what I'm saying? That knee was biting on me. So I'm just glad we came out victorious right there. Gino, because he's the quarterback and whatnot. He just rose to the challenge like he always does, man. And he came out and he had it on his mind. He knew obviously he was gonna go down there and punch it in. And the chemistry those guys have in 2 minutes is special. And anytime we get that ball, we know we have a chance.
Great to get a win. Great to get a win, especially at home in front of our fans. I thought the crowd was electric once again, and it's always good to get a win.
What was that chemistry like with DK on the final drive? You targeted him 3 times, I think, right?
Yeah, DK and I, he's such a special player. anytime we get a chance to get him the ball, especially when the game's on the line, he continues to show up and show you exactly who he is. I believe he's one of the better receivers in the game. I feel like, he played a tremendous game today, and we got to keep that up. We got to keep building on that.
And the drive before that was 4 balls to Tyler Lockett. Just to have both those guys out there with the game on the line, how big is that?
Yeah, as you can see, D coordinators are trying just about everything to guard those guys, and it's really hard, for them to do it. So, either they're going to take away, they're going to double DK or they're going to double Tyler. And my job is to find the single, the guy who's matched up one-on-one. Typically those guys win their one-on-ones, and I felt like Tyler had a great game. But it really started with protection, started with play calling. I felt like, all 11 played together today, no matter the circumstance. Started out a little rough, but we still got to, find a way to get it done. And, get him in bounds. And, he's going to continue to make those plays. He practices that, but he's really great at it.
Are you all?
Another accomplishment. Biggest thing for me is just understanding that it's bigger than me. This is a testament to the things that we were working on in the offseason, a testament to a lot of guys who wanted to buy in and understand that what we had to do this year, especially where we were last year and how we were getting better in certain situations. So some of the things that we want to strive to get better at, and then now it's coming to fruition.
You got the sack on the inside stunt on Wiley. How tough was he to get by? The right tackle for them. How tough was he to get by?
There's a lot of different situations. They had a lot of variations of chips and running back chips and tight end chips. Helping off in the situation to keep the outside open. So, it's one of the things you have to understand and adjust to and get ready for, and understand that you have to adjust your game plan. How you may have thought you were going to attack them this week, may change a little bit.
Are you feeling more tension recently than in the earlier games? From offenses, from blocking schemes.
I feel as if every team has a different way they want to neutralize teams, and sometimes they set double chip, sometimes they set quick hot routes, one step drops, cutting. There's a lot of different variations that teams can different variations of ways that teams can slow edge rushers. Now let me talk about as a team, we talked about we had to put last week behind us and understand get back on track, and that's what we kept saying all week is get back on track, be who we are as a team, and know what we're gonna do, and we pride ourselves on our run defense, and today we did that. 68 yards, doing those things, keeping them under 100 yards, and just getting back on track and being the team that we know we can be.
What up? You mean the king tonight or something?
You said what?
You eating royalty tonight or something?
No. I had some teammates, say that I didn't know how to dress, so I had to kind of show them I knew what I was doing.
That the last 2 drives, the way the offense was able to come through. It was a day that maybe was a little up and down for you guys up until then. What does that tell you about your quarterback and just your offense you come through in those moments?
Man, I think it was big, man. We had some tough times during the game, but we kept fighting. We found a way. Just those last 2 drives, we were able to drive the ball down, take some time off the clock, and everybody was making plays. And I think that's the thing that we want to be able to see in our offense is everybody getting the opportunity to be able to make plays. Like Jackson was able to start the game off, and he had us rolling on offense. And I think that's the best part about this team is that it's hard for defenses to try to just focus on one person, and so it opens the scheme, it opens up the game plan for a variety of players on our team. And so that was just big. Those last 2 drives, very big because it seemed like the Commanders did a great job adjusting, but we was able to find a way and keep going. And the running game helped us out a little bit. But I ended up having to go through protocols and stuff, and then they told me that I was all right.
Okay, so there you heard it. Boy in Mafe, you heard, Pete Carroll. You also heard Bobby Wagner. You also had Geno Smith. So, while the offense improved from last week, really it was in which that they recorded 489 total yards, 120, which was running. And it was really the defense that made the difference today. Boye Mafe made his 7th sack in 7 games. And Leonard Williams had his first sack as a Seahawk, and he talked about that. You must have heard that. He said, you know what? He had a sack against Washington when he played for the Giants, and so he has a sack against Washington when he played for the Seahawks. So, and Bobby Wagner was credited with half a sack, and I would say this game was about his leadership. You heard a little bit from him and just setting the tone and the way they practiced all week. And Wagner recorded 6 tackles, and again he had the half sack. Tariq Woolen recorded his first fumble recovery of the season. So Geno Smith, he was 31 of 47 for 369 yards, 1 sack, and 2 touchdowns, and obviously injuring the game-winning drive that ended in a field goal. But again, it was instrumental that he had this chemistry with DK Metcalf. He did that amazing touchdown catch to Tyler Lockett. So, Ken Walker rushed for 63 yards and also recorded his first receiving touchdown as a Seahawk. The bottom line here is the Seahawks go to 6-3. They get the win they needed. They stay, hold serve with the San Francisco 49ers at both first place in the NFC West. So, you know what? The Seahawks, they live to fight another day. From Lumen Field in Seattle, I'm Myer for the CascadiaSports.net.